What's up you guys, it's Kyle Barloon here coming at you with another video, and in this video today I wanted to explain 5 huge mistakes that I've made as a trainer when I first started out and some of the mistakes that I don't want you to make as well. You see, I've been a trainer since 2016-ish, both online and in-person, group, semi-private, you name it. Okay, so I've trained people in all sorts of different ways, and I've made mistakes along the way. And the reason I want to share this video with you is I don't want you to make the same mistakes because it's going to make your journey harder, it's going to make your journey longer, and we are not wanting to do that when it comes to health and fitness goals. So what I'm going to do is explain the 5 things that I did wrong as a trainer, so that you don't do them as well as a person looking to achieve a goal, and tell you what I did differently to fix those mistakes so that you can see results for the long term. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm also going to preface this video by saying they're not in any particular order, not like worst to the worst of the worst, but I'm going to categorize them from nutrition, training, and then mindset or goal setting. You have those 3 things covered and you do them well, you're going to be successful. So let's get started. Number 1 mistake that I made was assigning too few of calories. So if a person needed 1,800 calories to lose a pound a week, I would assign like 1,300 or 1,400 calories. Now, I think I did this because I wanted them to lose a lot of weight quick, mainly because as a coach, I wanted them to see progress, so I wanted them to be motivated, but I think also the ego kind of got the best of me and I wanted to see that progress and be like, yeah, look at me as a coach. And that's not what we're looking to do. We're looking to make sure that people are seeing results for the long term, so it's sustainable. See, the problem is if you eat too few of calories, you're not going to stick to the diet long term. It's actually going to be a lot harder to stick to. You're going to feel less energetic. You're not going to have energy to like train and even just live your life in general. You're going to feel hungry all the time. You're not going to feel full. It's going to get to you and you're going to have a lot more cravings, and the more cravings means you're going to have less adherence to your diet, and you're going to fall off the wagon and you're going to go backwards in results, not forwards. So what I've been doing now is making sure that people are in a caloric deficit where they will lose weight, but they still feel full, they still feel satisfied, they still enjoy their diet. They don't feel like they're making these huge drastic changes so that they can see the results that they're trying to get, but they're not feeling miserable, they're not feeling tired, they still have energy to train, energy to live their life, do their work, do their hobbies, and while still seeing progress all along. That's number 1. Let's get to number 2. So the second mistake that I made was having people eat really low carbohydrate diets. And the thought was, well, if you're eating low carbs, that means you're really sticking to just the whole grains, you're sticking to fruits and vegetables, which is good. You obviously want to be eating those, but I was also thinking, if they do that, they're gonna, not gonna eat cookies, not gonna eat desserts, not gonna eat anything like that. So they're just gonna see rapid weight loss because they're not gonna be eating that junk food anymore, which is good in theory, but terrible in practice. You see, what happens is if you restrict people from eating things that they love and enjoy, well, the diet doesn't work. You want to make sure that there's a balance, right? You want to make sure that people are eating what they like. You want to make sure you're enjoying your diet because that's what's going to have adherence for the long term, which is going to help you see results long term. And studies are showing too, like, high carbohydrate diets work better than low carbohydrate diets. People stick to it longer. So this is what I've been doing now, is telling people to not shy away from carbs. Enjoy the foods that you like and enjoy. Just make sure you're hitting your protein for the day and make sure you're hitting your calories for the day. If you do those 2 things, you're going to see success. It's impossible not to. Basically, instead of trying to say, hey, eat these types of macros, and hit your calories, hit your protein, do it the best you can, you're gonna see results. And guess what? It's been working. Number 3, now let's move on to some training problems I've done. And the first one I've done is having people lift too heavy. You would think, well, lifting heavy is a good thing. It helps preserve muscle mass. It gets your strength up. Yes, this is true, but if you're a 40-year-old person, you don't need to be hitting 2, 3, 4, 5 rep maxes all the time. What you need to do is train in a way that's going to help keep your joints healthy, that's going to help you move your body, that's going to keep you motivated, and that's going to help you see results. You see, hitting a 5 rep back squat is super cool, but do you need to? Hitting a 3 rep max on a bench press is pretty awesome, but do you need to? No. Okay, if you're trying to just lose weight and live a healthier lifestyle, you need to find a training method that works for you. For example, there was a client that I trained who loved lifting heavy, 60 years old, a boss. He was a tank, super strong, super athletic, and very, very competitive. So we would do that. We would lift heavier weights, we would try to hit PRs, and he would. But the problem was he was kind of getting beat up from that. So we'd have to constantly taper off. Like every 3 weeks, we were having to hit a deload week. So when you look at that, you have to tell yourself, that doesn't make sense. That's not something that's going to help this person live a long-term healthy life. It's not going to help them with their body, with their joint integrity. That's not going to help them long-term with just living a normal life. So if you're someone who's just looking to lose weight and live a healthier lifestyle, You don't have to go heavy. 8 to 12 reps, 8 to 15 reps is totally fine. 2 to 4 sets is really all you need to do that per exercise. You don't have to try to get super complicated with extreme amounts of progressive overload trying to increase the weights all the time. Just do something that feels good, that's going to challenge you, and that's going to be enough. Number 4, and this is also training related, and that is assigning HIIT workouts way too often. Okay, so HIIT cardio is great, but I fell into that myth of thinking that it was going to burn way more calories during the workout and well after the workout. This is simply not true. This is not what the research is showing. It makes you feel great, it gets you huffing and puffing, and it's quick and it's short and it feels really effective because you're doing strength training, you're getting cardio. All that is great. However, it takes a toll on your body. It is not sustainable long term. But there's companies out there that is their whole premise of 10-week programs that are all about high intensity interval training, and they work for the short term. Okay, they put you on low calorie diets, they put you on high intensity interval training, high intensity exercise, they put you on this interval training program that is just extremely difficult, and you drop a ton of weight really quick because you lose a lot of water weight and you drop a lot of weight fast. However, after those challenges are done, you gain it back because you cannot sustain that for more than 8 to 10 weeks at a time. Now, I understand being efficient with your workouts. You want to be sure that you're not spending too much time in the gym. You want to make sure that the workouts you're doing are effective, but there's other ways to do that. So what I focused on now with my training clients is making sure that they're getting enough lifting volume, taking enough rest to recover, but not enough where they're wasting time in the gym, and doing way more steady state cardio. Steady state cardio is not hard on your body. In fact, it feels pretty good on your body. It reduces your inflammation. It helps burn more fat over the long term because you're able to stick to it more often. And it's actually stress relieving, and it's actually appetite suppressing too. So you do all those things with just steady state cardio, it's a win-win. So out with the high intensity, in with the steady state for the most part. Other times where I put in high intensity workouts or like interval training, yes, of course. Do I do it all the time, 3-4 days a week now? Nope. And the 5th mistake that I made really early on, which I no longer do, thank heavens, is having those hard conversations, but not having them often enough. You see, if someone's struggling, if their nutrition's out of whack, if they're not hitting their training sessions, you're not going to see results, point blank. And I would always say, oh, you can do it, and just be really encouraging. But sometimes you need a kick in the butt. Sometimes you need accountability. And my problem was I would wait way too long when someone's 2-3 weeks into the slump before I'd have that hard conversation. Now, if I notice it after a week, I'm on them, because if you take a week off, you're gonna take another week off, and you're gonna take another week off, and you're gonna take another week off. Now, does that mean I'm a jerk to them? Of course not, okay? But it's just addressing the issues when you see the trend happening, rather than waiting too long when it's too late. So if you're someone that's noticed that you're starting to fall off the wagon, you have to have that conversation with yourself and saying, what's going on? What am I doing wrong? What is not working for this program, and what do I need to change so that I see success? 100% you need to be patient with yourself and understand that this is a journey and that you're not going to get it right the first time. No coach is going to get it right the first time. No client is going to get it right the first time. But what's important is you keep trying and you problem solve your way through those issues so that you do see success and that you're going more forward than you are going backwards. I want to know down below, which mistake did you learn the most from, and which one are you going to take action from? If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you like the video, comment, and subscribe to this channel, please, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.